What's up, my people? You know what time it is? It's your boy, Kimmelin. Today we're going to talk about the reasons or the effects, actually. Let me put it, the effects of absent fathers in a girl's life. We covered something similar. I'll drop the link. So those of you who want to go and watch the effect of absent fathers in a boy's life. Today is a girl's life. So we have an esteemed friend of mine who knows her stuff. She's done a couple of healing. So I've actually seen a lot of girls, even someone actually dropped me a comment in one of my sections that we need to talk about the effect of absent fathers in a girl's life. And hence the video that I'm dropping today. Nez.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fine Boys Talk.
Fine Girl Talk.
Okay, this is Fine Girls Talk. Yeah, that's cool. That's solid, man. Do you mind telling us a bit about you and what you do?
Sure.
Sure.
So thanks for having me do this with you.
You're welcome.
We come back a long way.
Way back.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful to be on talk and to help others realize, that it's okay.
Yep.
So what I do is I have my own company.
Okay.
It's a holistic wellness company.
True.
I'm a certified NLP and life coach.
What is NLP?
So that is everybody asks that.
Okay.
So it's neuro-linguistic programming.
Hey.
Okay, so it's for people who want to overcome past traumas or incidents in their life, and we can reprogram the mind to help you move from your stuck or traumatic stage to move into your positive and growth stage. And that's what I do. Along with life coaching, business goals, life goals. And then I'm a guru, I'm a spiritual guru. So I heal people with my hands, I do Reiki, and I teach meditations.
Yeah, it's about to go down.
Healing hands.
All right. Those who need healing. Me, I need healing. I'm going to go. So guys, you better make sure you're going, yeah? So there are a couple of questions that I actually want to run down by you. I mean, being a life coach, being someone that has gone through some of these experiences, I think you're in a better place to actually explain to us and give advice to the little girl out there who's going through the same trauma, little girl out there who needs to overcome the absent father issue or the effect of it. How strong is the bond between a daughter and a father?
Wow, I think that bond is extremely important.
Okay.
How strong it is depends on how the father interacts or how present he is in a girl's life.
Sure.
And why I say it's extremely important is because girls look up to their dads. They look up to their fathers for values. It affects them later on in their life, and it also allows them to choose people who are going to attract those values and to match those values that they have for themselves. So I think it's really important for a father to play a big role and be there present in a girl's life.
Sure. So in other words, are we right in saying that, because I've gone through an experience whereby the person that I was dating had a little time whereby the father was not in her life, and it still impacted on her life massively, in the sense that this person later on in life was looking for ways and means to fill those gaps. So what you're saying really makes sense. I mean, I must admit, because do you think that the whole idea of a girl trying to get boys some girls act in a different way whereby they try to get different boys to fill up a space that their father has left? Do you think that actually happens?
Yes, most definitely. If you have an absent father, it leaves this room for searching what a father would be like.
Sure.
And girls then grow up looking for that which hasn't been fulfilled to them. So I'll speak from my own experience. Feelings of abandonment came over me as a young child, and then because I felt abandoned back then, I grew up looking for people who were also going to abandon me, because my father was not there to play to fulfill that abandonment, that hole that it created. So relationships going forward, you look for someone who could fulfill that fatherly role, but because you don't know what it's like, you don't get that positive interactions, and you end up just dating whoever, breaking up, getting hurt, and feeling abandoned. It forms a cycle.
Sure. Wow. So guys, let's be real, man. I mean, absent fathers out there, man. You need to go talk to your daughters, because from the way I look at it, it's like you the first partner that the little girl
exactly
looks up to you. So now you abandoning the child, it's like you giving your daughter the first heartbreak.
Exactly. That is exactly what it is. You just hit the nail on the head. And it's never too late for a father to come back and correct what he's done wrong, or fulfill that space. Because even as an adult, you can let go of your past traumas. And, if a father realizes, come back, come and fulfill that space in your daughter's life. It's important.
So you're saying that space can always be filled if the father returns?
Whether the father returns or whether not, because you can learn to cope and deal and let go without him being present. But I'm saying that as a father who has now realized that he's abandoned his child for 20 odd years, it's never too late for him to come back.
Oh, really?
Sure. This is deep, man. I would actually like to address some of the effects that you went through as a girl child, some of the things that affected you for not having a father in your life, and some of the things that affect people, since you were a life coach, some of the things that affect other girls that actually go through the same kind of scenario.
Yeah, so okay. My parents divorced when I was really young. Probably at the most important stage of my life, when I was making sense of the world around me.
Okay.
So I only had my mother there to look up to. And it's funny because I started dating. I'm actually married to someone who is exactly like my mother, because my father wasn't there. And at the same time, my mother teases me and says, you have daddy issues, because my partner is way older than me. He could almost be my dad. So I love him dearly, and I respect him.
Love is what matters the most.
I respect him, and he understands me as a person. But those are the little things that shape girls who were abandoned or who were left by their dads. Those are the little things. So, like I said, it doesn't have to end in a bad way, but there are things. For example, a girl without her dad to look up to, she will then look for partners whom she thinks is like a dad, or maybe like her mother, because that's all she knows. That's her world. That's what she grew up in.
I think the major thing that I'm getting from you now is actually the whole effect. The biggest effect is trying to find someone to fill that kind of hole.
Of course, yes. That's what human beings do. They look for belonging. They want to feel like they belong. They want to fulfill that. And that's what life is about, searching for who you truly are, and then going out there and giving it back to the world. What's beautiful about, this is how I overcame my abandonment, is that I used abandonment to help others understand or realize that life doesn't end there. You can do so much more, and you can encourage other people who have been in similar situations.
What are some of the traits that, like people that have been abandoned, especially girls? Obviously, we're talking about girls today, because today's fine girls talk. What are some of the things or some of the guys that girls actually attract when they're in that phase that they've not overcome the issue, the whole daddy issue?
Oof, that is... I hope that not all girls attract these type of guys.
Okay.
But most likely you'd attract guys or men that would disrespect you, not recognize your self-worth, because at that time of abandonment, you don't recognize your self-worth.
Sheesh.
And those are the guys who take advantage of you, sexually, emotionally, abusive. I myself had been through an abusive relationship.
Damn, girl.
All because I didn't understand who I was and my self-worth at that point. But I needed that, and I'm grateful that had happened to me, because from that situation, I learned to be who I truly am and respect and see me for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes you stronger. That's
Proud
what
of you,
helps you
man.
to get over that.
Proud of you. I mean, it's not easy. I know some people that actually wanted to come and talk about the same topic who are still in that same situation, who are struggling to get out of that cycle. Because sometimes we don't really see the effect of these things. I mean, me being a guy, I wouldn't really understand the effect that it will have on a girl. And now listening to you, man, it's giving me a different perspective of how to look at it. So there's one question that I wanted to ask. A bit funny, but but hey, it's fine boy stuff, fine girl stuff. We talk about what we need to talk about. So I wanted to find out, does that whole daddy issue affect you as a person, like sexually, your sexual drive?
Jesus is Lord.
And how fulfilled do you turn when you now, like let's say you've met the guy and you've done your deed? Does it still leave a hole, or do you feel completed, or you feel fulfilled after all of that? They will find guys and they will go up and go guy hopping and stuff like that. But after the whole situation, they will feel like they'll get fulfilled in that instance. But after everything, they don't feel fulfilled. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going sexual.
Sexual healing.
Sexual healing. Yeah. So that's what girls look for.
Okay.
They look for that healing through sexual interactions. And when you're going from guy to guy, just looking for that sexual interaction and fulfillment, you're not going to find it. And yes, it does affect it. Because like I said, you're not knowing your self-worth. So you're going to let anything in. You want to feel anything. You want to give so that you can get back. And you may give your sexuality. They end up getting more hurt and feeling more abandoned. That's what I was talking about. Everything that you decide and choose going forward is going to attract that abandonment if you're not dealing with it, even if it's sexually. And sex is an important part in life, in a woman's life, in a man's life.
Oh yeah.
And it should be done, willingly and out of respect.
Yeah.
But when you're in that situation and you're looking for something to be fulfilled, you sometimes make choices to just give it to or take from whomever. And that's going to cause a bigger hole, that vortex.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. So the more you go searching and not finding, the more you create a bigger hole.
Yeah, because, okay, yes, you don't want to search. You want to find it within yourself so that you can attract that positivity that you want. If you're going to go searching out there, you're not going to find it. You're just going to find people that are like you, that are also looking for fulfillment and moving from person to person.
True. Okay.
But sex, let's just stay on this topic because it's an important topic.
Yeah, let's go.
It's healthy and important to speak about this.
Okay.
Sex needs to be fulfilled through every single part of your energy center in your body. And by that, I mean starting with inside, self-respect. And then that self-respect allows for other people who show you respect and give you respect to share and come together to create that bond and share each other's energy and, communicate in that way.
All right.
If people don't have that, then they're just giving away. They're just giving it for free, and they're just creating a bigger vortex, a bigger hole.
Even talking about bigger vortex, man, I didn't even know. I didn't even know about bigger vortex. Today they're dropping bigger vortex, yeah, man. It's about to get lit. You know what time it is? It's your boy. We always dropping it hot. Now, okay, so one thing I actually want to talk about before we even end this whole conversation, because is how did you, maybe if you can go a bit in detail, how did you and at what age were you able to overcome that whole daddy issue, and what did you do to overcome it? And a young girl out there having the same issue, what advice would you give that young girl to be able to overcome that episode of her life?
Wow. So for me, I started my journey, my self-introspection journey to overcome this for years and years until I had an experience with an NLP practitioner who used a change technique on me to help me to understand that this is where I felt abandoned. That is what I created for myself in my mind. And this is how I attracted that into my life. And that only happened in my later years. But I was on this self-discovery forever. I only wish that I had had this moment much earlier in my life, because it would have prevented me from making certain mistakes or getting into trouble or, feeling that emptiness.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm grateful for all those experiences because it brought me to discovering who I am and knowing what I am and what I want.
Okay.
So I would say to young girls that it's important to know who you are. It's important to look and learn everything that you can about yourself. And once you know who you are and you find that inside of you, that love and that worth and that respect and that confidence inside of you, then nothing else is going to let you down. Whether your dad is there, whether he's not there, or whomever else comes into your life, you will know how to respect yourself and how to take care of yourself.
Wow. So young girls out there, please, I will leave all her details. Those of you who want to contact her, please do. She's got a lovely business. She's a nice person. I've known her personally. We've worked together before. She's a dope person. I know you're definitely in safe hands. But before I even go, I want to drop her with the last question. Do you think that mothers who were abandoned by their fathers, bringing up a boy child, do you think that they will be overprotective of their children? Do you think that they will find partners that probably they might think that could abandon their children? What effect does it have on a mother that was abandoned, now grooming the son?
Well, there's two ways that this can go.
Yeah.
Number one, if you're still feeling abandoned, yes, you will most probably find a partner who's going to do that to your child, leave your child or leave you. And then the other way is that once you find and know who you are, you can then do everything that you wanted as a child for your child. You can groom them to be the best man that they can be and be the best partner that they can be when they're an adult. Sure. So we can either make the same mistakes or we can learn from them. And I don't like to say the word mistakes. I like to call it feedback, as I learned, because mistakes, it's not a setback, it's a feedback to know what you did wrong and how you can move forward. So mine and a whole lot of other women or moms out there who had been abandoned by their dads had feedback, and now from that feedback they're learning to be better to their children and teach them the right way.
Man, thank you. I appreciate you for coming, man. Like I said, I'll drop all her details. Those of you who want to speak to her, if you want to contact her, please do so. You know what time it is. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Please leave a comment, leave a like, do share, And Fine Boys Talk, we always keep it real. Today's Fine Girls Talk. We keep it real. And you know what time it is. It's your boy. I'm done for today. Oh, we out.